and all present here, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome this distinguished gathering to the Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between Rani Channamma University, Belagavi and ITE Sector Skill Council operating under the aegis of NASSCOM. Today's event marks a significant milestone in strengthening the partnership between academia and industry. This collaboration aims to bridge the skill gap, enhance the employability, and equip our students with industry-relevant competencies required in the rapidly evolving digital world. On behalf of Rani Channamma University, I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, faculty members, industry representatives, and all the distinguished persons of the university. Thank you. To commence this auspicious occasion with the blessings of Almighty, I invite Mr. Srimant Madar to present invocation song.
Pani Veena Pani Sharade Vani Veena Pani Sharade Dareyolu Bammana Rani Pare Dareyolu Bammana Rani Pare ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೋಳು ಕರ ಮುಗಿದು ನಾವು ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೋಳು ಕರ ಮುಗಿದು ನಾವು ವಾಣಿ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಕರದಳು ವೀಣಾ ಕೊರಳಳು ಮಾಲಾ ಕರದಳು ವೀಣಾ ಕೊರಳಳು ಮಾಲ ಮೂಜಗವಂದಿತೆ ಮಾತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಮೂಜಗವಂದಿತೆ ಮಾತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ವಾಣಿ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಶಾರದೆ ನವಿಲು ವಾಹನ ನಳಿನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಮುಖಿಯೇ ನವಿಲು ವಾಹನ ನಳಿನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಮುಖಿಯೇ ಅಭಯವ ತೋರು ವರವನು ಬೇಡುವೆ ಅಭಯವ ತೋರು ವರವನು ಬೇಡುವೆ ವಾಣಿ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಧರೆಯೊಳು ಬೊಮ್ಮನ ರಾಣಿನಿ ಪೊರೆ ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೋಳು ಕರ ಮುಗಿದು ನಾವು ವಾಣಿ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಶಾರದೆ ವಾಣಿ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಶಾರದೆ.
Thank you, sir, for the melodious song. It is now my privilege to welcome the esteemed dignitaries to the dais. I request Professor Riaz N. Manguli, Director, IQAC, Rani Channamma University, Belagavi, to kindly welcome the dignitaries and introduce to the august gathering.
Good afternoon, distinguished Professor C.M. Thyagaraja sir, Vice Chancellor, Rani Channamma University, Professor Santosh Kamgoda, Registrar Rani Channamma, Shri Sapna Madam, Finance Officer Rani Channamma, R.S. Hiramet, Global Innovator, Sudhir Kumar, Head Partnership NASSCOM, Satish M, who is from Talent Development Head NASSCOM, Dr. Joseph Stanley, General Secretary SKIP Bangalore. Good afternoon. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome today's distinguished guest on the dais and off the dais. So before welcoming, it is my duty to just give a preamble of that today is again a very remarkable day in the university where we are going to sign MoU with NASSCOM IT Sector Skills Council. So this is again one kind of milestone in Rani Channamma University under the leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir. So the purpose of this particular MoU is going to sign today is that the Government of India, under the aegis of Ministry of Electronics and IT, has joined hands with NASSCOM as a Team India efforts to make India as a global hub for skilled talent on emerging technologies. Future Skills Prime is an aggregator model platform built with an aim to reskill and upskill candidates, individuals in emerging technologies with an objective to create India's digital talent stack that will propel India into the leadership position in the digital world. Future Skill Prime platform is designed as a resource for all the learners to not only develop digital fluency in new age technologies, but also build advanced skills to getting certified on industry defined and IT sector skill council NASSCOM validated skills on both emerging technologies and professional skills. So with this very brief preamble of today what is we are going to sign, at the same time I would like to bring to your kind notice that how under the leadership of Professor Thyagaraja sir, our Vice Chancellor and Register and the team, we are navigating towards the new technologies, and we are also already adopted and started e-Vidya, e-Spardha is on pipeline, as well as the university has already started the RCU FESMA, wherein the university is going already appointed lot of trainers, and these trainers are going to our affiliated colleges and they are training the needy students, and in return a lot of students have been getting placement in good companies. So that's how that our Vice Chancellor is a very visionary one, and who is going to in next 2 years also this particular MOU is also going to be very fruitful for all the students, particularly in upskilling and reskilling of the students. So with this remark, I would like to welcome to this August gathering Professor CM Thyagaraja sir. Sir, you are warmly welcome to this August gathering. I request Professor Shivanand Gurnale to offer flower as a token of love. So at the same time, I cordially invite, welcome Santosh Kamgodar sir, Register, KS, Rani Channamma University. I request Professor Manjana sir to offer a flower as a token of love. Okay. I also take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed guest, Mr. R.S. Hiramet, who is a global innovator who has been conferred a 4-time gold medal from the President of India. I request Professor Auti sir to please offer a flower as a token of love. I also take this opportunity to welcome Sri Sudhir Kumar, who is the head partnership NASSCOM. I request Professor Vijay Naganor sir to please offer a bouquet, a flower as a token of love. I also warmly welcome Satish, who is from Talent Development Head. I request Manisha Madam, please, to offer a flower as a token of love. I also take this opportunity. I am constantly continuous touch with Joseph Stanley, who is a General Secretary, SKIP, Bangalore. I request Professor Ashok D'Souza sir to please offer a flower as a token of love. So, no, sorry, madam, we skipped from a moment. Okay. All the deans, directors, chairpersons, and faculty members of the respective department. Thank you, one all.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Now, the moment we have all been eagerly waiting has arrived. May I now request all the authorized representatives of Rani Channamma University and the IT's Sector Skill Council to proceed with the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, let us congratulate both the organizations on this landmark collaborations with a huge round of applause.
Yes, can give the best of you. Now opening batting is yours.
Through which we express our gratitude and respect to distinguished personalities whose presence has enriched this occasion. As a token of our appreciation, we would now like to felicitate our esteemed guests for their valuable... Later on? Fine.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sudhir. I hope I'm audible to everybody there. Bracket? Yeah? Perfect. Okay. So thank you for having me here. It's wonderful to see that this is the first time I'm having this kind of environment I'm facing actually, truly speaking. And wonderful environment here, which has been created here, which is very friendly. It's being very friendly. I'm sure it inside also, outside also, it's very friendly, and the environment to work here is very accommodative and progressing as well. I am representing NASSCOM, which is a 30 now it's 40 years old association, which is representing IT and ITES companies in fact, right? NASSCOM is the biggest authorized association by the government of India, plus it has presence across the globe. So it's representing IT companies of India on the global front, right? What we do, so we have multiple channels, all the verticals, which help, we have one talent development wing, which is about skill development, right? Creating talents for the industries who are working in the country, plus the industries who are not in the country, but we are helping those industries which are situated across the globe with our talent. We are preparing those talents and then sending it across to them to work on it, right? Beyond that, we have certain councils which is about product. So we do have a product council which is into AR&D, research and development, in fact, BPM, where the companies heads and the CTOs, CEOs, they all come together, they share their ideas. We create or curate certain ideas which can be implemented, or executable ideas, not just the idea which can't be implemented at all. In fact, executable ideas, so that some outcome which is productive in sense and nature, or which is growthfulness is there. In fact, that's come out, and then we implement those things. In fact, right here, since I'm talking about after seeing this, I am from Bihar. You must be doing, I don't know the Kannada as a language. I'm very raw, for that matter. So I'm a more believer of execution than the planning, right? When I see this environment, the kind of culture we are here. So I got transferred to. I started my journey in southern India from Bangalore almost 16 odd years back, right? What I felt when I compare the other regions, the different attributes, like southern part of country is very rich in culture, very sound in academics, right? In comparison to other regions, in fact. Which probably, if I say so, I am very raw. So which I'm demarcating it here, like this was the case. If I see this 5 years back, right? Things have changed or changing very fast, right? Now everything is equalized. Why? It's not about the culture has changed. It's not about your academic excellence has gone down. It's not about the other regions have grown up very fast, but it's about the adoption of technologies, which is enabling them also to think. So if they were thinking 20%, now with the help of technology, they are able to map it or at par with you. It's 100%, right? So means to say, one is the adoption, the quick learning, upgradation is the first point which I would always be telling about to everybody to upgrade, keep upgrading yourself, right? When I say talent development and skilling per se, in fact, I see this as a journey, in fact, like, beginner, your intermediate, and your proficient, in fact. This is how entire platform, for which we have signed the MoU today, is talking about, in fact. In this entire journey, what we call the beginner is basically the students who are completing their maybe 10th and 12th, creating their foundation and coming to the colleges, right? So colleges where the esteemed professors like you, teaching them, delivering the subject matter, and then they are becoming, I'll not say the proficient, but yes, they are coming under the category of intermediate, right? Proficient they'll become once they apply the knowledge which you have given to them, right? It's basically they have to start working on themselves using the knowledge gained from you. True? That will happen only if they go out, right? Because you can only give a classroom or the knowledge, whether they're from the industry or from the books and all, but those implementation will happen only on the ground, right? Then only they can keep rushing, they can keep introspecting and then creating new things, in fact. Do we have that kind of structural environment or the infra where they can work on? Answer could be yes, answer could be no, because if you see in general, you'll say there is no infra available in Belagavi or nearby area where these students coming out or learning so many things can't do anything using this, the knowledge which you have given, probably, in fact, right? Because I understood just now from sir saying, many of the students may or may not like to go out in search of a good job and all, right? Can we use technology instead of going out here itself using technology? Can we create something which is getting them a livelihood in terms of kind of entrepreneurship, sitting at their home, right? Answer is yes. Probably we don't know, right? So, for example. We have been traveling with Sir and Stanley. Last day, in fact, morning we started. I spent almost 10-12 hours, in fact. So we have been talking about data, right? So today's environment, data is king. Any kind of data. You are wearing specs, in fact, the numbers, that's also data. The kind of shirt you are wearing, that's also data. Every data is valuable. And interestingly, each and every data is being captured, knowingly, unknowingly, in some way, right? Using this data, everybody can do wonders. That's why there's the AI came into picture, right? What AI is doing? Nothing, just the use of data. Whatever you have fed to the system, AI is utilizing that and giving you the best results or best outcome, best solution, right? Can AI give us the results which is better than the human thought? Absolutely yes, right? It is possible, okay? Because AI is becoming experienced more and more than us, right? So everybody now, if you go to the newspaper and all, will see AI is bubble may burst and all. It's not going to burst anywhere. It's going to stay with you. It's going to dilute in me, because because you have already started utilizing that, right? It's not going to go anywhere. It's like computer. It came, we all shouted, now it's part of our life, right? Same thing like AI. It's not going to go anywhere. So what to do now? Shall we get afraid of that? No, better start utilizing. Better start utilizing at your workplace to increase your productivity, utilizing at your, probably while teaching the class, delivering the same to your students, saying, can you use this AI tool, create something innovative in your area? In fact, for example, MSW as a course. In fact, yesterday also I was talking in one of the university. MSW as a course, these students may be working in the rural areas, right? Rural areas or any of the such area, in fact, which is coming under tier 2 and tier 3, have got many sort of problems, right? If you feed that data to the AI tool, if you don't introspect or don't want to spend that much of time in researching and thinking about that, what's the problem area of this location, in fact, probably AI can give you the 90% accuracy in that, saying this is the basis, the data which you have fed to me, in fact, this is the kind of problem instead of this area, and this, if you do this kind of a solution, right? So MSW student, if you tell them to start understanding this AI as a tool, start utilizing those things, the data and the AI amalgamation, in fact, get them a real result, which they can probably, they can become an entrepreneur and then start solving the solution, in fact, right? Maybe your government also will come forward, many other companies will come forward, right? This is one way. Second is, this is I'm talking about, if students are not open to go outside, they can look for using technologies to create something, or as part of innovation, and create something, curate something, or start realizing the problem of that locality and start creating either the product which can solve the problem, or create a service which can solve the problem again, right? So this is one way of thinking it. Second is using the same technology. If we reach out to the startups, so typically, I'll not name about the top tech companies like Wipro, TCS and all. No. Okay, you just leave these companies aside. In India, we have 1.90 lakh startups registered with DPIIT, right? So these are registered startups, right? Now, these registered startups, do they hire? Answer is yes. Do they outsource their job? Again, answer is yes. The percentage of hiring versus the outsourcing of the job is 80-20, means 80% of the job they are outsourcing. What they do, what they look for, because let's see, this is all business, right? So what they see, if I'm investing 100 rupees in a service or the product, in fact, I would look for minimum of 25% of margin, in fact, remaining is 75. In fact, if I hire any experienced or skillful talent in the space, in today's environment, talent is more costly. To be very frank and open, it's very costly, right? So they always look at, instead of hiring, outsourcing their job to the cities like tier 2, tier 3 cities where the talent is available, but they're not opening up and coming out in the market, right? So yes, answer is yes. Like we or you as an institution can reach out to those startups. If you see your students are skillful enough to take up those roles, or they are certified enough to take up those roles, you can take those jobs sitting here. You can finish the job and give it to them. That's also another way, in fact. I'm giving you these ways because this is what I've heard from sir just now, some 30 minutes back, saying this is the kind of problem we are facing, in fact. So I've given you two options. One, you use technology, create something here itself, right? Many problems are there. Any problem you pick, many problems are there. You can create the solution out of that. They become the entrepreneur. Second is, if you're not open to go outside, then get the jobs from the startups or the big companies, in fact. But the only criteria is you have to have this locality, this college or maybe in and around area should have that many number of skillful people, in fact. right? Or third option is simple. I have to go out. If I'm a skillful, I need to grow. I need to get a good job. I have to go out, right? Only three options, nothing else, right? So if I say, so is there any problem, any question anybody has? Probably I would like to answer. Anybody wants to ask anything till now? No, I believe no. So next, let's go to saying technology. So typically we are in a environment. Unless until we see, we don't realize something is changing very fast, right? So it's like this. You don't think IT or any technology. Since I'm representing association which is into IT, don't think about technology is only limited to IT as a domain, or only limited to companies like Wipro, HCL, or TCS and all. No. Answer is absolutely no. That's why if you now refer NASSCOM, earlier it was all capital, now it is all small, because technology is horizontal, right? So keeping 2047 in mind, saying we have to be categorized into the Viksit Bharat thing. In fact, so in that categorization, what has happened? It is very important for any organization to understand, be it in IT, be it in non-IT. In fact, so they have to adopt those emerging tech to grow faster, to have a pace with the countries like US and China. So for your knowledge, I just tell you, in fact, in the emerging tech skills, right, we are the third. Means India is third. First is US, second is China, and third is India, right? Whereas the business comes in emerging tech, or productivity in sense of using technology. In fact, US is number one. Okay. Number one in that sense, it is if you club 10 times a GDP of India, also it's one company is equal to that, in fact, right? So has it happened because of the people? Answer is no. Few people? Answer is yes. Not too many people, right? So when we say Wipro has 3 lakh employees, but still control 1.6 crore, a lakh crore of valuation, right? WhatsApp has got only 50 employees, controlled $1 trillion valuation, right? So almost 100 times more than Wipro, in fact. So what we need, what we see the intervention of technology which enable them to become so big. Right. So I'm referring this because the non-IT companies, typically if you see maybe with Reliance, manufacturing you go, automobile you go, everybody has started implementing tech at the on the workplace. So AI is the first pick for everybody, right? Why do we need AI? Because the PPT or the slides which you are preparing, taking maybe a day time, you can do in just a fraction of, if I was talking about last week, probably about maybe 10 minutes or so, in fact, using cloud, which is from Anthropic, it will take 1 second or 2 seconds, that's all maximum, right? So you are saving almost a day. Probably you can pick some other job to do, right? So life is looking faster. You will become more productive, right? Same thing you have to pass to the students. Start utilizing. So using technology is a boon. If you don't use, it's a problem in today's world, right? You go anywhere. No, don't go IT, Wipro or TCS, in fact. For that matter, in fact, I was showing one of the interesting data point which has recently come up from HFS Research, which is a global research firm, which says IT companies last year have added only 17 people, only 17, right? Before that year, it was 17,586, right? So are we saying there are no jobs in the market? No. Answer is again no. There are jobs, but restructuring is happening. right? So people who didn't get hired, it's not like they are not getting hired or they have not got absorbed anywhere. No, because the take by or the hiring capacity by the companies like your Hindalco or maybe Aditya Birla Group, your Reliance, and have gone up in tech space. In fact, the banking sector itself is in the last 3 years they have had 68% of tech professionals, right? So what it gives, in fact, it gives the awareness also we don't have, at least many of the students, and I believe many professors also will not have that much of openness and awareness, saying okay fine, if the job is not in the IT, specifically in these top IT companies, in fact, shall we look at startups, shall we look at non-IT firms where these guys can be absorbed, right? So and we also have to tell our parents and the students, right? They should not always be thinking about TCS and Wipro and the swanky offices always, because when they come and take admission, typically they have in mind, no, after completing this BTech in CS, I'll go and join any Wipro or AC office and that kind of environment. Only those few names are there. In fact, no, you have to add more names. Let them also understand beyond this, the other world, the other companies are also there, right? They must be, so 190,000 startups. I'm pretty much sure they must not be knowing any startup name. In fact, they will not be knowing. Okay, for that you have to search, or probably you have to start engaging like the association NASSCOM. In fact, we have our incubation center, we have the 10,000 plus startup center with us. In fact, we work in day out, in fact, with the startups, right? So I'm talking about, because this is opportunity in sense, we don't have to get afraid. Or typically I have been listening from the many people saying AI has come, jobs are going away, so it's not like that. So you see in this way, in fact, AI has come, the work which you have been doing without AI, probably it may get you a benefit for a month or so. You just think in this way. In fact, with the advent of AI, right, same work or maybe the expansion will happen, which is equivalent to a year or so. In fact, right? So expanding means you are creating opportunities. In fact, expansion will happen multifold, right? Because AI is not small; it's multifold. So as you expand anything, if your organization, if your university grows, obviously you'll keep hiring, right? Because everything is growing. So with the help of AI, we are going to grow because it is getting us expansion, it is getting us opportunities, right? But yes, any new change when happens, obviously you'll feel that the shaking environment, where you'll feel like things are not working, or I don't know, the doomsday have come and kind of. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So you can see this is the data. You should have told me. I was not referring this data. In fact, you should. So this is the data. If you see, global AI market to reach $320 billion by 2027. Right. So this we anticipated 6 months back. Now things have already changed. If you've seen the news, Google, which has given it's 1.10 lakh GPUs they are going to establish, and and this is given to SpaceX, which is from Elon Musk, right? By 2029, so there'll be you can't imagine the trillions of data. The deal size is roughly around $1 trillion per month. That's the deal size. This is nothing. This is just a fraction of that. In fact, this is nothing, right? And this is all happening because expansion is happening, right? I'm coming back to the same thing. Expansion means opportunities, and that opportunity will get you good jobs. But yes, the roles will not the same. Your Java students may not be getting Java as a core to perform in the offices. In fact, right? Java with AI skills makes sense, right? If I say, if someone has done cloud, right? So cloud is now happily singing with data, right? And now analytics is happening with data, in fact, right? As a data is the king, everything is in and around data, in fact. So if your learner is knowing about data, or data science and good in analytics, in fact, that do wonders. You just club AI, it will do wonders, in fact. So plain core subjects, I'm sorry to say, it's becoming, it's not dormant, it will remain the same, but basis that the jobs and opportunities will not easily come to the student, in fact. Because market is competitive, they always have to have emerging tech as a add-on added to their curriculum, or maybe the CVs or the skill sets, in fact, right? This is one. Second thing, now the trend which is visible, quite visible, in fact, degree-based hirings are going slow. Okay, it is not going to go anywhere. Maybe it's not going to get vanished. In fact, degrees will remain the same because that's a structural requirement of the country. Or I'm not about the US, but at least in India, that's the structural requirement. In fact, it's all skill-based hiring, right? So if you don't, if I know AI, one tool, and I can code there, I can ensure the user also feel use the tool which I have created using my codes, and then it can give results which are better than the other tools. In fact, the person will get hired easily. In fact, whatever package you say, because as a business, because it's all business, right? As a business, I should see that tool can impact how many people, thousands, 10,000, lakh, crores, and all, right? Or can it be reaching to in a multifold to the global environment? Right? If I see that as a traction, in fact, right? Saying with this tool or with the use of this skillful person, I'll be creating multifold business. In fact, I will hire that person easily. In fact, I don't ask any question, right? Whatever money you ask me, I'll give you, right? It's about just the skill. I'll not go and check whether you have completed your BTech science or not. In fact, I'll not check. Why should I check? I'm bothered about my business. I'm happy if you're coming with me. You grow. We will grow together, right? So skill-based hiring is another point which is going to come. You will be probably you would have already started seeing. If not, you will be slowly seeing going to see that, in fact, because as I said, one research which I took named about HFS research, in fact, where the top companies are hiring less because there's a structural shift. The hiring will start happening more in the startups and the other non-tech companies. They don't look for startups, especially. In fact, they don't look for the your qualifications, your percentages, and all. In fact, what they want the skill set which you have, right, or the requirement which they have. If this both things are marrying together, in fact, they're all happy. Right? Yeah. Okay. So these are the few areas. So this is what is coming from the research and the employer side, from the industries directly, saying AI, cloud, big data, and cybersecurity. These are the 4 leading technologies across, in fact. Right? I'm not talking about only tech. So forgive me. In fact, any department, whether from the humanities, social science, history, any department, everyone wants to should know tech as a component, right? Because first thing when I started, I said data is king, in fact. So whatever you're teaching, whatever is in the book, it's all data, nothing else, right? And that data can do wonders if you use these technologies. This is very simple, right? So book is containing data. Whatever you're delivering to the student is having data, irrespective of the subjects. Use technologies to create or solve problems, create products which can solve problems, or services which can solve problems. Simple, right? This is the way entire world is moving towards. This is the way business will run. If nothing less than next 15-20 years will remain the same. Right? And I'm telling you, you will love it. Now, you see yourself, in fact, I don't know how many of you have started using ChatGPT or maybe other tools, in fact. Do you now, if you've started using for the last 1 year, do you see yourself living that and doing on your own? Immediately, no, you will not be, in fact, until it's just like that. Any other thing, mobile, you hold the mobile in your hand, in fact, you are scrolling reels, in fact, right? No, it's that kind of thing, in fact. The technology is like that. It's making your life so easy, right? You will never be, it is going to get diluted with you, in fact. You'll never be getting rid of it. Okay, so my take is focus on AI, cloud, big data, and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is something is cutting across, horizontal for everybody. Any subject or any domain, in fact. It is must for everybody, in fact. What is do's and don'ts? What you should do, what you should not do. Because ultimately, cyber is the one area, internet is the one area from where your data is going out. Right? Big data, cloud and AI. So here we will have bifurcations, in fact. AI again is horizontal. Everyone should know. Right now, what is AI? How these tools are used? In fact, how this can be utilized to become more productive, more efficient. Right? That should be known by everybody. Cloud and big data will have bifurcations where how much amount of knowledge you should give a department wise. For example, if I say MBA students, right? MBA students should know AI and big data. Right? Analysis is part of that, because using data, using AI, they will analyze, in fact, right? So MBA students should know. Do they want to know cloud? Answer is no. They don't require, because they'll be working as a user, not a developer, in fact. Whereas the IT fellows, in fact, they will have to know everything, right? All the domains and all the proficiency levels they should have, in fact, right? So we will explain the. Am I taking more time? Okay, faster. Sorry, if I'm taking more time of yours, in fact. Typically when I start. So okay. So quickly, so we have here engaged with the Future Skills Prime as a platform, which is going to give learning in emerging tech to all your students, right? So this is going to get extended to all colleges affiliated to this university, all students who are working under the umbrella of this university, right? This platform, which is called Future Skills Prime, is owned by Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India, right? NASSCOM as a industry body, we are driving it across India for everybody to learn that, and our job is to create talent pool, not for the, as I said, not for only the Indian industry, but the industries who are working across the globe, right? This is a online self-paced courses. You will have here. We will have courses, nearly about 500 plus courses. You will find the courses which requires virtual lab environment. You will also find there. In fact, you will find courses which are created and curated by the OEMs directly. For example, Google. As you'll find Google courses here, GenAI and all, right? You will find courses from Microsoft. You will find courses from the companies like Salesforce, AWS, and all. In fact, you will also find courses which we have curated with the use of the tech expert SMEs. In fact, so it is. You must be thinking about: is it the same Coursera or LinkedIn? Answer is again no. Okay, it is an online platform. Why this is different? Because here the content is coming from the industry who is employing your students, right? So because that's why we keep talking about there's a gap, industry wants something else, whereas academia is saying this is what is required. Then what if government thought of bringing content directly from the industry? What do you want? I'll get you here, in fact, let the student learn this, and we are sending back to the industry, in fact, because you wanted this, now this student is ready with this content, or this learning, this is skillful, in fact, certified. Now he is hireable, right? So that's why this is different from them, right? This is one. Second thing, in all the platforms, typically, if you are an SME, if you are expert in your area, you give the content within their circle, they can decide and they can host it, right? In our case, that doesn't happen. In our case, the content which comes here, in fact, it is evaluated by different industry experts. So we have a council which has got many CTOs and subject matter experts of those companies will be sitting. In fact, they'll be evaluating the content. That's first. then it will be mapped as per NSQF, which is National Skill Qualification Framework, NSQF guidelines. Then it will go to NCVET for approval. Then it comes to the platform. Okay. All the courses which we will be recommending you and send across, it's all credit equivalent course. It's all NCRF aligned courses. Against 30-hour course, it's all 1 credit aligned, right? So your student, if they learn, they're going to gain credit, which will be accommodated inside their ABC, that academic bank of credit. In fact, okay. So this is not a generic course; it's a course which is credit aligned, right? NCVT approved, government approved, right? Now, so after completion of this course, there is an assessment. If they take up the course, they have to complete. They have to go for the mock assessment. They have to take the final assessment. Then Government of India will certify them, right? After certification, once they certify, after certification, their data goes in a portal called Talent Connect, where companies, whether the IT, non-IT, 5 minutes. Sorry, so IT, non-IT, it will go in that portal, and they'll be, the system will fetch the data, and basically it will give you, give the employer the right set of candidates, and the candidate can be hired. So this is the entire mode. In fact, our team will typically be working with the spokes who would be nominated in the university, plus all the colleges. In fact, we will orient all the students how to do that. In fact, in parallel, we'll be running this exercise with the students. We would always request all the teachers also to enroll, probably as per your expertise. In fact, you can pick up the interest area or any of the course, consume, and at least upgrade yourself in certain areas. In fact, I'm saying, see, I believe you are expert in your area, but still, maybe in today's trend, maybe you -1 somewhere possibly. With the help of this, if you are getting adding something in your critique, which is always good, right? And on top of it, just to tell, this entire platform is coming free to you. There is no cost attached to it. The courses which we'll be recommending, again, coming free to you. There is no cost attached to it. The certification assessment is not mandatory for you, for students as well, in fact, but it's up to you if you want to take, right? Because there's a cost for that. It's a platform cost of 600 rupees, right? If you pay, you can get it. If you don't pay, it's good to go with the commission certificate. No compulsion. But yes, suppose if you now there's a scheme which is a grant. This is entire is a grant in aid project. If I get if VC sir for you also, in fact, if you are able to give me APAR ID of students as a data point, and if you mandate this as a credit equivalent course, any of the course which you pick up, which we suggest in discussion with you, aligned with your course line. In fact, if you allocate credit to the students and give us a credit equivalent letter, we will sponsor all the assessments for the students. Right? There will be no cost attached. In fact, I think 1 lakh plus students are there as part of this university. In fact, we will extend this offer to everybody. The condition is only APAR ID of the student and credit equivalence letter to us. And because there's the only simple reason, the moment you start giving credits to the student, they will be sincere, and some logical effort they'll put to complete the course. If you just say, okay, fine, go ahead, they will not do that. That's the only reason we are putting this condition, in fact. Then we will entirely make it free, assessments also, in fact, because those certifications will help them to grab a good job in the market, right? So with this, I think I've taken a lot of time. So with this, I will close. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can ask quickly. Else I'm good to go, in fact. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Mr. Rajshekhar Hiramat, Global Innovator, NASSCOM, to share a few thoughts with us.
Good evening, everybody. Always interesting meeting educators, teachers, professors, lecturers. The reason is you convert a raw material that comes into you with some kind of thinking into fantastic citizens. That's a great responsibility what you share. One thing what I see as a student myself, no worry, come in. I would always wonder why I should enter the classroom. What is exciting there for me? One, for marks, for clearing my grade, getting my degree, after which possibly I could get a job. There are two things in the classroom. One is the subject matter, another is the teacher, professor. So here, as professors who are sitting here, you have a fantastic responsibility, rather a very important responsibility to make the classroom inviting, welcome and exciting. For which what I say, first, enlighten them on the subject, inspire them about the subject, then engage them into the subject. Not just theory. Oh, this is rupee. You know what is currency? I will ask many economists and people studying in economy, explain me what is a currency note. The confusion begins. Engage the students. Ask them this simple question. What do you mean by this? What is it? He'll say, sir, I can buy anything I like. But what is stored in it? Not a RBI, not the governor's signature saying, I promise you to pay the work, this thing. What is stored in it is 500 rupees. For example, a 500 rupee note, 500 rupees worth of labor is stored in it. I exchange that labor in exchange for a product, which also has a labor in it. Once you explain this concept, I'm talking of a simple thing, students get engaged and try to understand how my worth is evaluated. What am I in the society? How do I make myself more useful, more valuable, more wanted? The day you design a student into being more wanted, we want this talent, then he asks for a salary of his choice. Today we are preparing 99% of our students to go and work for a salary which the company dictates. When are we going to prepare our students where they will demand a salary? If you don't pay me so much, I'm not here with you. What I'm seeing here, I travel virtually in 90 countries, out of which 10, 12, 15 in a year. I go here, I go to Africa, I go to Japan, I travel to Europe. Europe, I give guest talks, guest lectures. In fact, one of the European universities, my life history is a credit subject. How we engage, what happens. I see students from the worst of the population in the village abroad. Africa, for example. I meet the Masai Mara tribes. Kalahari Desert, I meet the tribes. These people with an asset called common sense can win anything. I get lost in the desert. The Masai Mara tribal, he knows astronomy more than an astronomer with 2 doctorates sitting here. Why? He has focused his sense into only the stars and the art of survival and the art of monetizing existing situations. You as teachers and professors, as the NASSCOM person just now talked to Sudhir, he has given you a platform, a fantastic platter. I would rather say not 1, 2, but multiple wands, magic wands. You can just take it and get it out. Information is power, what he has directed you. Now use this, engage the students, bring them out of the shells, re-engage them from the garbage what they are currently engaged with. I mean, garbage is very attractive for anybody. The reason is, currently though we have everything in the world, we live a very stressful life. There's a lot of insecurity around us. Escape mechanism is the telephone, the quickest. And clever people like Google, WhatsApp, etc., they have found out a technique how to keep you engaged by a 5 minute of nonsense with a 1 minute of advertisement, and their job is done. They earn money through you, and you buy it subconsciously. Eventually, all of us are now being subconsciously driven by the Pied Piper for the digital world. So here is where I say, in this adverse situation, bring the students into the classroom and hear this particular province. I was telling Dr. Stanley just now, is demographically so interesting, so fantastic. and it's full of challenges and full of interesting things. And this is a different world altogether. And the children here are so unique. You mold them. You have a responsibility. And I would say here, as professors, in your lifetime, when you talk to your grandchildren, talk of 10 students whom you have molded. He is here, he is here, he is here, he is here. That will be a proud thing for you, for your grandchildren also. My grandfather he has created these people. 10 is the minimum. You can go more. Okay, so just for this thing, I put the figure as 10. There is one interesting thing that's happening globally. There is massive disruption of everything. When I mean everything that we took for granted is in order, is being disrupted. One, because of the system. Second, because of people having climbed to positions of power due to virtue of so many things, who are engaging in ego fights where the common man is going to be rather finished. We are going to destroy a lot of resources globally, but India is the only country that will emerge again despite this challenge because of the fantastic contrasting demographical population we have. This population, a slice of it, a part of it, is under your tutelage now. You have to see how you are going to push them all into the global arena. I would not say prepare them for good jobs. Prepare them to better citizens, rather the best citizens you can think of. Do it, and I'm sure your lives will become meaningful. Not that it's not meaningful now, you're already doing your best. I'm just trying to say, add a little more color to what you're doing, add a little more flavor, and lots of passion into it. We'll have a fantastic time tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time.
Encouraging words.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You all are at Rani Channamma University, and this afternoon we are praising, or we see what a vibrant, campus is this, and vibrant people here. And I was telling him how dynamic people create dynamic organizations. And when we saw our VC, how dynamic he is, we just said everyone is dynamic here. The influence of his dynamism, we could see everyone who was entering that room, and compliments to the entire the team here, for the good work that you're doing, for the good dedicated work that you're doing for these community student here. I come from an organization called Skills for Progress, which is an All India Association of private vocational training institutes in the country. We have close to 250 ITIs. Look at the dynamics now. ITIs, we are coming from ITIs, and NASSCOM, we wanted to have digital literacy program for all our ITI graduates, because technology, we are teaching technology skills and all for our graduates. So we wanted digital literacy in all our programs. So that's all. NASSCOM entered in our ITI skilling. And then we thought, okay, it's not enough. We also will start, taking this digital literacy program to more we know, because most of our ITI partners also have colleges. They also have university like St. Aloysius. They also have. So we started, moving around, introducing this NASSCOM program to our partners, associates. That's how we ended up, with ISAC, Institute of Social and Economic Change, Professor Krishna Raj introduced our Vice Chancellor, Professor Thyagaraja, and that's why we are here. And also there are two other universities that we went. One is GMU in Davangere and Haveri. All these people we introduced. This is the first time, we are going around only connecting NASSCOM to wherever it has not reached, and we are very glad that we are very fortunate. And we talk about a lot of gaps, skill gaps, and employability gaps. And today this is the jargon. When our students go, they are not employable, and we are looking at who's responsible. When they are not employable, who's responsible? It's not the student. There is something wrong with either in our training, in our education program, or in our skilling. So we started looking backwards where there is quality needs to be added. And when you need to add quality, then we look at what are the gaps in the quality. Then, faculty development or curriculum enhancement, student exchange programs, and then we started even overseas delegation. We are taking our partners to overseas. Ahead of the institutes, we're taking them to Europe country, just to expose them, any amount of, teaching them in the PowerPoint and all this in the workshops is not helping. So we thought we will take them to Europe, expose them to the real situation, real world, and so they will upgrade. So upgrading is one of our key factor in our ITIs. Upgrading, everybody has to upgrade because science and technology is improving. As Professor our Hiremat said, we are in disruptive world. We are in disruptive era. What is there today is not there tomorrow. You have to keep in pace with what is going to come even 30 years from now or 40 years from now. We are preparing our students for 2050, Viksit Bharat 2047. And beyond that, otherwise we'll become obsolete. End up having a lot of unemployment. There's a new problem in the country. There's a lot of countries are picking up. It's not just only India. There's a lot of other countries are, advancing. You look at all the Pacific countries, Europe. They're all, moving. They're investing on their education, a lot of quality education to compete with the, the market. So trends of employment, please follow trends of employment. Your students should never be, under any stress when they go out of this campus. So definitely, I think with this kind of, team that you have, Professor, you will definitely succeed. You make everybody, kind of a very valuable citizens, and they'll be proud of this university when they go out of this campus. And all the best wishes for you all. And we will again, see you all sometime. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our appreciation, we would now like to felicitate our esteemed guests for their valuable contribution and gracious presence at today's MoU signing ceremony. May I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor C.M. Thyagaraja and Professor R.N. Manguli sir to felicitate the guests. Mr. Rajshekhar S. Hiremat, Global Innovator, NASSCOM. Mr. Sudhir Kamath, Head Partnership, NASSCOM. Stanley, General Secretary, SKIP, Bangalore. Head, NASSCOM. Thank you all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor C.M. Thyagaraja sir, to get.
Office pressure made our Registrar Santosh Kamgoda and Madam Swapna to leave. It's the time for me to share a few words from the heart about my Rani Channamma University to Sudhir, Stanley, Hiremat, Satish. And of course, they said all these arrangements are carried out by Dr. Manguli, Dr. Gurnade and all. And to tell about my friends who are sitting in front of you, they're all wonderful, dynamic, emerging professors, scientists, and they are in their own way, they have their own research. I'm proud that Rani Channamma University has got a very wonderful team. Just a few minutes back, I got one government order that what is the change which government is anticipating in state, very few minutes back. That's what I was looking into. It is a coincidence that NASSCOM came today. First question I want to ask to my four friends. What you will give to RCU? AI lab, language lab, technology labs. We are most welcome and open-handed. We want to see that every department is completely digitally dependent, digitally centric, nothing else. The fact is, all of our friends and me too, we started our journey from conventional universities to contextual university now. The convention is out. The context is different. For the existing context, we have to emerge. That emergence more dependent on the urge which is in the institution. If an institution copes with that urge, with the people inside, because the tree, inside the tree there are roots. Outside tree is visible, green leaf, birds coming and going, ants going slowly, squirrel going to top and coming down, and there's a whisper. But roots which work inside. Department of Chemistry, Dr. Manjana is going abroad next week. Dr. Nandini left today. Dr. Nagandavar and Dr. Gonale went to Malaysia Inter University. And everyone here has his own way of developing himself and herself. And everyone here, they have a craving inside that I must do something. The context today, they are understanding slowly. Because the legacy, whatever that we have inherited, is not that of the prosperity of knowledge. All of us, for that matter, we came out from teacher-centric environment. We worshipped our teachers. We worshipped our teachers. They were everything to us, nothing else. उन लोग को सुना आती है हमारा पास, गुरुजी आएगा. That PhD relationship with our teachers, punishment from them, how they molded us. Now teacher-centric to technology-centric, the things are happening. Now in the classroom, I wanted to bring in AI tutor, one class AI class, one class professor's class, AI curriculum, AI examination, all 50% papers will be valued by AI, digital valuations, AI valuations. No doubtedly that this area, in this time, 2020 to 2050, is going to be a landmark time in the era of knowledge. Bye-bye to all 1960 model, 1990 model. 2020 to 2050 journey is altogether a different journey. Either to the new order shares, compulsorily every year 25% of the faculty will be put to industry. It was neither unheard of. What we thought? No one will ask us, I'm a sultan here in my subject. Now what government order tells? 25% of the faculty in each department will be sent to industry. You see the order. We have to reply by night to night. Every year, 25% of the faculty. Morning I was talking to Dr. Nagandavar. He endorsed it completely. That communication technology is so important that without that, everyone is dead today. He is too dead. We want to empower, equip our youth with pakka language technologies. It may be English, it may be Kannada, it may be Marathi. The boy or girl should become capable of delivering it. That matters than nothing else. About 15 days back, the Marathi department conducted one theatre show, which was applauded by everyone in Belagavi. Similarly, yesterday, my good colleague Dr. Gangadhar was telling about his student has made a content writing and she has 70,000 to 1 lakh followers. It's in a Mofizil rural place, such initiatives which are emerging, like there's one award we gave, honorary doctorate, to Shivaji Kagnekar, was pakka rural. Even today, not at all. When we gave him honorary doctorate, he took that paper and put in a government school. He has no home, no mobile. Now, such an environment which gives such scientists, scholars, and this pakka talent, they have killer instinct inside. In IPL cricket match, it is last over 6 balls, 6 runs, 36 runs. Capable of hitting. So, what I wish to share is, my team is ready for this technology. Why I long for this show? What I want to hear from Sudhir specifically, आप क्या दे देगा रानी चन्नम्मा? दिल वाला दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे, लेके जाओ. हमारा रानी चन्नम्मा आपका पास है. Very specifically, our department of BCA and MCA, computer science. Everyone here needs without tech, because many times they felt it. Why Professor Thyagaraja is insisting so much on technology? Why computer-centric classes? Why students should sit in a computer lab? Why he has to surf a lot and read a lot? Why he has to make note? Why we should not teach in the classroom? All the time teaching was the only thing that we thought that is going to emancipate everyone. The results are awful.
It was awful. That pained us. Everyone pained. Is a pained soul here. They are not happy. Because the students who come here, they go out, they are not finding opportunities. When opportunities are not found, very purpose of 1 year of our life is a waste. 1 whole year. A mango tree gives beautiful mangoes. And 1 whole year, teacher working on student community, that boy is getting nothing out of it. Means, what is the loss to GDP? It's a loss to GDP every year. We have to set it right to make India rich. We have to make our classroom rich. If we don't own that, take it, and through technology route, I think we are going to be the slaves. We are going to lose freedom once again. That's why the session today that we were longing to hear, Sudhir, that NASSCOM, in what way it's going to come and penetrate technology into Rani Channamma University, how our students will become strong, what type of certificate programs that you can bring in. Is it technology support, collaboration support, or what is the cost of that? Or if Government of India is there, what Government of India en route that we can hope or bank on? These things, my team, Dr. Riaz Manguli, Gurnale, and all that, we are waiting through this MoU. This MoU that we hope definitely is, far-sighted. In the days to come, say 10 years, definitely gelling with NASSCOM and Rani Channamma, Vice Chancellor number 10 or 12 in the row who are going to come after 10 in 3-4 terms. Definitely they feel. For example, about 10 years back, Professor Ananthan was here. After 10 years, some other Vice Chancellor will be here. That, of course, Ananthan sir cannot come. If Shivan Osmani or Ram Channagoda, if they visit this Rani Channamma University, they feel this is a different Rani Channamma University. Now the Rani Channamma University is in a different track. They feel it. Definitely they feel it. Why? That the change is happening inside, not outside. So in the journey of this long bringing change is not a sudden, instant moment. Nothing happens instantly. It goes over a period of time, gradually, we have to evolve. Systems have to become better. Students have to become interested. Problems have to be solved. And language, technologies, without that, no student will have its life. And our skill schools, even PG students also, we have to see that some opportunities created for these boys and girls. When they come back to you and they tell, so many engineering students, they go back to their alma and tells, this is the institution which has changed us. And our students also should come and tell Rani Channamma students, yes, these are my teachers, faculty, they gave me life. Either to the past batches, they may not tell so. Yesterday, day before, I met one boy, 2011 batch, Mathematics Department of Rani Channamma University. That boy is working in KLE PU, where he gets a package of about 24 lakhs, 25 lakhs. He was from Mahesh College. He said, sir, I go to Rani Channamma University. Basic mathematics I got during the times of the mathematics professors, he said. Why I share all these things with you is, always this life, the teacher's life is that there is someone that whom we can touch, influence and transform. We should not lose hope. At the same time, the new age teacher has to make his efforts to better his technological abilities. That's why morning reading was our ability. What is the value? How to become valuable? This is the last reading, last punch today. We call something a diamond has a value, gold has value, the building has a value, site has value. But what is most valuable thing in life? Time is most valuable thing in life. Our childhood gone, beautifully, yes. Adulthood, we know very well how classes were. Sweet 16 to sweet 20, passed during graduation and post-graduation. First sweet time passed so fast. Then crossed 20 to 30, slowly 30 to 40. My God, I'm crossing 40 now. Now time is passing 40. So the valuable time that we started feeling, my God, I'm touching 50. I'm crossing 60. You see, we start feeling, now by time has come up so soon, it is approaching me. So these things will make us understand time is more valuable. Every day makes more meaningful when we see something new reading, understanding, transferring the same, wishing and hoping and working for someone to emerge to make earn his living. In this journey, time is most valuable. Knowledge is most valuable. Every day acquire knowledge. By new reading, new approach, new sharing. Not necessary that everyone has to clap and understand. It is for your joy. It is your way of making your life beautiful. Am I right, Hiramat sir? knowledge, that we have to see that those things, if we don't make, that is the most valuable thing. That you will be identified only because of the knowledge quotient, what we transfer. So this is my most valuable thing. Your health, most valuable thing, that we should not lose. And we fit totally till the last, come what may. When we go with such things in life, I believe our purpose of life will become valuable. No other thing, diamond, jewel, gold, sign, no one cares about it. But what they see you, what they see from you, what they see you, a beautiful, healthy professor, number one. At the same time, beautiful thoughts, beautiful actions, and contributing himself, herself to see that someone is ticked. That makes things great. So this MOU today is one such opportunity for us to see and seek, to see the best through Sudhir, and also I will not leave Stanley and Hiremat, that both of you and my young friend too, Satish, that you have to contribute. Stanley, that you said about IITs, ITIs, and how they are improving. When I was Executive Director, Skill Development Corporation, our 1396 model English language ability programs, that, I mean, such things that when they come down in 100 skill schools, definitely some changes are there. Equally, Hiremat sir, your 4 countries are short for your century. I wish this year you are going to cover 4 more countries and century will be, Hiremat sir will become 100, and we want network, and you are telling about that we want. Actually, in the tea time talk, we shared about, he has got a network of couple of Nobel Prize winners. I said, our new campus, Nobel Prize winners should come. Always I think like this, Whenever I see something, very quickly I take that and request. I requested. And we had already that is in pipe. Many times we tried, we are trying. If something happens good, that's great. If it's not happening, nothing, that efforts are there. We request Hiremat sir to keep an eye, either English literature or a piece. Personality, if he comes over to Rani Channamma, that's the gift that you can give to Rani Channamma. On behalf of Rani Channamma University, let me thank Sudhir, Stanley, Hiremat, and Satish for your beautiful time. You came all the way on your own. You are not such a gentleman. I said, in what way I can arrange anything for you? Nothing, sir. NASSCOM cares. Nothing, sir. We don't want anything. We want only the better things. Last but not the least. Again, lastly, looking forward towards Sudhir. Our Riaz Mangoli wants to hear from you. आपसे क्या मिलेगा रानी चन्नम्मा स्टूडेंट को, वही आप जाने के समय, दिल्ली को जाने के समय एरोप्लेन में बैठ के सोचना, मैं रानी चन्नम्मा को क्या दे सकता हूँ.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful remarks. As we come to the close of this significant and memorable, MoU signing ceremony between Rani Channamma University, Belagavi and NASSCOM IT Sector Skill Council, it is our duty to propose vote of thanks. First and foremost, I offer my deepest respect to our Honorable Vice Chancellor CM Thyagaraja for his visionary leadership and unwavering support in fostering meaningful collaborations and enhance the academic and professional growth of our students. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Sudhir Kumar, Head Partnership NASSCOM, for being a part of this landmark occasion and for strengthening the bridge between academia and industry. Thank you, sir, for being here. I express my sincere thanks to Mr. Satish M, Talent Development Head, NASSCOM, for his support and participation in this collaborative ceremony. Thank you, sir. I thank Mr. Rajshekhar S. Hiremat, Global Innovator, NASSCOM, for gracing this occasion and sharing his valuable insights. Thank you, sir. I extend my sincere gratitude. Yes, sir. I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Joseph Stanley, General Secretary, SKIP Bangalore, for his gracious presence and encouragement. Thank you, sir. I express a sincere thanks to Shri Santosh Kamgowda, KS Registrar, and Srimati Sapna, Finance Officer, Rani Channamma University, for gracing this occasion. Thank you. Our special thanks goes to Professor R.N. Manguli, Director IQAC, for his dedicated effort in coordinating and facilitating this important collaboration. I also acknowledge with gratitude and presence all deans, directors, and head of departments, faculty members for joining this ceremony. Thank you. Thank you all. There is an arrangement for high tea. I request everyone to join first.